Well, this is a name I actually didn't think I would say before. Fire Emblem, the franchise that actually thinks that you are a genius commander, and in reality you just are here for either two things. One, either you won the waifus or the husbands, or you just generally like strategy games because that's a you thing. I don't know, it's different. Essentially, the first time I actually ever heard from this franchise was when I was back in my associate's degree. I think I was in drawing class, and then I saw one friend that actually was playing on his phone. I took a peek and I realized he was playing a Fire Emblems game. At the time, he was playing Fire Emblem Heroes, which was the way of saying, hey, this game is awesome, you should definitely try it. And yeah, so I talked to him and I said, what is this game? It looks good. And he said, oh, it's a Fire Emblem game. It's called Fire Emblem Heroes. It's the newest installment of the franchise. And I was like, what the heck's a Fire Emblem? He looked at me very strangely and and he was like, you're really a Nintendo guy? Yeah. Well, if you don't know Fire Emblem, you don't know anything about Nintendo yet. Oh my god. And so, for the last 2 months or so, I don't know, I cannot recall time at the time, I grinded and I gained a lot of characters and I participated in as many gacha pulls as possible. Yes, it's a gacha game. You thought I was gonna say it was a Fire Emblem that actually gave you the characters for free, like the regular games? No. So essentially, after playing the first chapter, which at the time that I started was all the way till chapter 9 of the book 1. Apparently, I got 5-star in 2 months in consecutive. I first got my 5-star Lucina, and then I got my 5-star Marth, and then my friend stopped playing. However, a few years later, a friend of mine joined, and then we were super excited because then there were the legendary heroes, which are just a way of saying this is a hero that's way more powerful than the previous ones, but this one has an element attached to it, and so apparently I just stopped playing because he had way more heroes than me, and so I actually just quit the game. I have essentially stopped playing, but recently I have come up again because of the newest events, like the New Year, or basically the new chapters of the story that I have missed, or maybe the inclusion of new characters. I don't know. I recently got a few characters here and there, and yeah, this is essentially that's my trip on Fire Emblem Heroes, and I think I'm not stopping there. But from that point onward, I was very curious about the original series of the Fire Emblem games, and essentially, I didn't play any previous Fire Emblem games, so at the time I thought I can either play two of these games. I can either play the ones from the 3DS era or the ones from the Game Boy or the Nintendo DS ones. And guess which one I started with? Oh god, not this one. Okay, fine, you get the idea.